So there's no flea market. All right, I got you. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the X-Phone Hideout. My name is Ghost. If you guys have never been here before, I'm very excited you guys are here. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is very different in the world of Tarkov, and we're going to be talking about what to do without flea market. We're going to be going over armor, grenades, ammo, heals, helmet, ears, eyes, weapons, all kinds of things without having access to flea market. Can you still fight the good fight, and can you still get stuff? Yes, you can. Before we get into it, I do stream every single day on Twitch. I would love for you guys to come by the stream. We start really early, grab caffeine, but either way, I would love to see you there. Do some of this stuff live, go over the events live, go over all of the early wipe stuff live. I can't wait, and I have something that I'm going to be announcing very soon on stream first and then on YouTube probably. Maybe I'll swap them. I don't know. If you guys get some value out of this video, make sure you guys smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. And if you guys want to see more Tarkov content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. Let's get into this guide and get you some stuff that's not at the flea market. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break this up into categories for you to make it very easy. There will be timestamps down below with everything that you need to know. The very first thing we're gonna be going over, which I feel is one of the most important things that people are going to stress out about by not having flea market, is not having armor. Now, armor is already through the roof because of pre-wipe events, but it doesn't matter because you're not gonna be able to purchase it. So let's go over what armor you should be wearing. Now, mind you, when we go to Ragman, okay, you can easily see that there is going to be a bunch of different armors that you can actually barter for, because we're going to be talking about bartering and crafting, being that we're going to be able to utilize other aspects of the game besides just going to the flea market and purchasing it. And it's also good to know. But out of all of these, what is actually worth in value? What is going to be a good trade? Can you actually find this stuff? Can you craft this stuff? So I broke it down to the top 4 that I think are going to be the best, and I'm going to explain why I think they're the best. The first one is going to be a TV-110. We're going to be talking about an Anna M1 rig, a AA CPC, and a slick. So we're going to be covering armors level 4 through 6. Now, the very first one is going to be the TV-110. The TV-110 is 4 bleach and 2 shampoo. The reason why I love this is because you can actually craft the bleach and you can craft the shampoo very quickly. We're gonna go to the hideout. We're gonna go to the laboratory, and you're going to be able to craft the bleach and the shampoo you need. Shampoo right here. You only need 1 bottle of water, which you can get from therapists, or you can find, and 1 bar of soap, which is also pretty easy to find in bathrooms, in bags, and a bunch of other places, so you can get that pretty easily. The other one is bleach. You can craft it grabbing some pretty easy items. Alkali you find all over the place. You need soap again. You can grab that, and then you're going to need some sodium bicarbonate, which is decently easy to find. Hit customs, hit reserve, even sometimes on interchange, but basically just hitting stashes, hitting bags. A lot of this you can find as a scav, or you can just straight up find bleach, or you can straight up find shampoo, which also happens pretty often. So the fact that you can craft your way to the TV-110 very easily makes it one of my top choices. Plus, it's a really good armor for space and a really good armor for materials, and in general, it's just really good. The other one is going to be the Anna M1A rig. Now, this one is a very underrated armor, and it's very cheap. Now, coming early wipe, I have a video that is all about armor barters, the best. We're going over some of them, but it's all the best barters for the best armors. So I'll go ahead and link that for you guys so you guys can check that out as well. We're going to be coming out with some other stuff for early wipe, but for right now, I wanted to talk about this one, which is going to be good for early wipe and good for end wipe because of what it trades for. It trades for water. It trades for 1 kvass, and it trades for 4 aquamari. Now, the dope thing about this is you can easily craft. Okay, we're gonna go over here. So whether you're doing water filter or not, if you have water filter and water collector, this will net you some of the purified waters, okay? You're gonna use these purified waters to craft the aquamaris. If you need to find water filters, go to the back of Ollie and interchange and literally just search the back shelves. There's a lot of places you can find water filters in customs. In that whole factory area, the USEC building, the pump station, all of those rooms have a bunch of water filters potential as well. So you can loot them there. You can put it in here. You can go ahead and make, usually it makes about 2 to 2.5 of these purified waters. You grab the purified water and you're gonna go over to the nutrition area. In the nutrition unit, you need 1 purified water and 1 tube, which you can also find at the same time when you're in interchange. In the back of Ollie, you can find a gang of these tubes. If you're a tube enjoyer, you already know where to go. It only takes 1 hour and 35 minutes. You get 8 of these. You only need 4 to craft an Anna M1 rig. So I know it seems like a crazy process, but it's actually not. So you can easily get these waters and you can start crafting, and you can also craft your kvass right here. So and you're gonna use this with croutons, and you're gonna use this with regular water bottles, which you can loot pretty easily if you know where food spawns are. Interchange again. If you go to Goshen, I'm gonna be mentioning it multiple times in this video. If you go to Goshen on the right side towards the back side, that whole area, you can fill up 2 pilgrims with food. I'm gonna be actually covering a different video based on something else for early wipe, but just showing you guys and proving to you that you can do this as a scav, you can do it as a PMC, and you can grab all of that food. So you're gonna do that, you're gonna grab these waters, and you're gonna come back and you're gonna go ahead and craft yourself one of these armors, okay? And you can even stock up and then continue to craft them, just save them when you're looting. Woods is another great place to find a ton of food and drink, okay? The other one that we're gonna go over is the AA CPC. I believe the name has changed a little bit now. What is it called now? It is called CPC Mod 2. Now, this one is another one of the same that I'm talking about. You're gonna need 3 Cordura, you're gonna need 1 bottle of whiskey, and you're gonna need 3 Ripstop. Now, if you haven't noticed, Ripstop and Cordura right now are through the roof because people are actually utilizing this barter. You're not gonna be able to just buy Cordura or buy Ripstop or buy whiskey. What's dope is you can craft it. Before I go show you where you craft it at, Cordura, Ripstop, Aramid, which you're gonna be using for the other armor we're gonna be talking about, the Slick, any of those can be found. Take a scav into interchange, go to any of the clothing stores, and you can loot a ton of all of these materials, including fleece, Ripstop, Cordura, Aramid, all of those. So make that your mission as a scav. Just do a quick 10-minute scav run, go upstairs, hit up some of the clothing stores, grab some materials, and come back and craft yourself an armor. The other way that you can do it is you can go to the hideout and you can go to the laboratory, and you are going to be able to craft right here. You're going to be able to craft Ripstop, or is this one Cordura? Ripstop, Cordura. You can craft fleece if you need to. We don't need to. You can craft Aramid right here. You can craft Cordura again right here. So you can craft all of these that you need for the armor. And then if you need to craft the Jack Daniels or whatever they say, the whiskey, you're going to be able to grab that over here, and you're going to be able to craft 3 of them. So you can do that as well with items that you find. So you can easily craft these items and then use it to barter for the armor. Now, the other armor, now people are going to laugh when I post this because right now they're like 1.5 mil, and a lot of people are not thinking about using slicks, especially if you are poor or if you're new. But this is one of the easiest barters to utilize. Go to reserve or go to labs. Kill some raiders. Most of them have troopers on. It is very common for them to have troopers on and to have TV-110s on. So you could just take the TV-110 and you can actually just wear the trooper if you really wanted to. But if you want a slick, if you want the level 6 armor, you're going to trade 2 of them. So instead of looting a bunch of other stuff, loot 2 of the troopers, and it's going back to right here with Cordura and Aramid. 2 Cordura and 4 Aramid. Now, it doesn't matter how much the troopers are worth, because if the flea market is closed, you're not going to be able to sell them. So like some people would say, well, just sell the troopers. They're going for 350,000 rubles. You can't. So trade them. Grab a slick and let it save your life. Okay, the next section we're going to go to is grenades. You want to run grenades, but you can't because... So this is the other thing that I wanted to talk about real quick before I go into the grenades. The reason why I'm not talking about just buying regular stuff. Now, a lot of you might think, well, the flea market's down, I'm just going to buy from traders. Well, if the flea market's down for everybody, that means a lot of stuff is going to be sold out for traders. Now, the only way that this is not going to happen is obviously if the cap for some of these is lifted way higher or unlimited. That's a completely different story. Buy what you need to buy. In the case that there is a flea market crisis in the future or right now, this is going to be your best bet for bartering and for crafting, which I think is actually a pretty dope idea. I think we need to see more of this kind of thing. So grenades. You're going to want to find lamps. You find lamps everywhere, especially at Interchange. All the tech stores are full of lamps. A lot of people don't loot them because they're not graphics cards, Tetrises, or LEDs. Don't worry about it. Grab the lamps and trade for RGDs. You can trade 2 lamps. You can go over here and trade 1 lamp. This is probably one of the best trades. 1 lamp. It's a 1-to-1 trade for F1 grenades. And then the other one is going to be your VOG, which is mechanic. And it is a 1-to-1 trade for fuses, which you also find pretty often, whether you're hitting stash or bags or a bunch of other items. You find fuses all the time. I probably have 5 or more. Yep, I have 5. I'm actually gonna trade them right now. Okay, so you have fuses. The next thing we're gonna talk about, ammo. Ammo is very important. Obviously, you're going to want to have ammo. A lot of the best ammo that is going to be sold from traders is going to be sold out. So what are you going to run? Now, what we're going to do first is we're going to go to Prapor. The reason why is because these are slept on very, very much. I talk about these all the time on stream, and there's so much. I am shocked at how many people have no idea these are even here. So first we have BP. Now, a lot of you hate on BP because BP has always been a pretty crap round. It's something you use in the very beginning, but as soon as you get your hands on BT, you take BT. But what many people don't know is that BP has been buffed 2 times since a lot of people have looked at it recently, and it is pretty much now a non-tracer version of BT. BT and BP are almost the exact same round, kind of like M80 and M62, which makes it way more viable because people are like, oh, I'll load everything up with BT, but I'll never touch BP. It's literally because people don't know that the stats have changed. So BP is a very good round. Clin is very easy to find, and you can do up to 3 of them, which will give you 90 rounds of BP. The next one is going to be a little bit bigger of a trade, but you get the best ammo, in my opinion, for the 545. And you get some of the 545 AKs from Prapor, so it all works out to be able to use these ammos, right? So you're going to be able to get the BS ammo for hot rods, which we find all over the place, especially in some of the food spawns like in Interchange and Woods that I was talking about earlier in the video, and cigarettes. We find cigarettes all the time. You just don't pick them up. Pick up the Marlboros, and you're going to be able to do these trades. You can do up to 3, so you can get 90 rounds of BS. You can always top load and bottom load, so you can top load BS, bottom load BT, top load BS or bottom load BP to be more efficient if you only have so many rounds to use. The next runner-up is going to be BT. Now, going back to Interchange and Woods, you can literally fill a backpack up with Tashanka, which makes it very, very easy for this to be your go-to round for barters when flea market is down. You can have up to 4 of them, so you can have up to 120 rounds per reset, which is awesome and very nice. The other one that we're going to be talking about is BT again. You get an extra round for defuel. One of the best, like I'm saying almost every single time as a scav or a player, the star room on Interchange next to Emercom medical unit, okay? Coming from Idea side, that star room, there's a room across from that star room that a lot of people don't loot. It always, always, always for me has defuel. I've bragged about it before and I still find defuel there. Propane, tubes, there's a bunch of stuff in there, but it almost always, I'll say almost because maybe for you, you're gonna get there and it's not gonna have any after you watch this video. Go there if you want defuel, grab it as a scav, come back and trade it for some BT. The other rounds that we're gonna talk about that are worthy mentions are going to be rounds that you craft, because unfortunately there's not a lot of barters that the traders have for ammo. Now, the only downside to crafting ammo is you need to use something while you're waiting for the craft, because most of them are between 5 hours and longer, up to like 10 hours, 11 hours. So you're not going to be able to just like craft it real quick and use your rounds, but you definitely can craft it. So the worthy mentions are SNB, 56A1, AP20s, AP63, a Galnic, BP, and M61 in my opinion. So we're going to go down the list and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I recommend these ammos are not just because they're good rounds, but because they are pretty much self-sustained inside the hideout. And what that means is you can craft to craft. So for instance, SNB costs 1 red gunpowder. You can either find the red gunpowder or you can craft the red gunpowder, which makes it very viable. The next one is going to be 56A1. Gunpowder, or you can buy these rounds. People don't buy 855. You're chilling. Buy the 200 rounds. It's very cheap and from trader, right? From trader. And then you can craft 2 red, or you can find 2 red, and then you got some 5.6A1. This is actually one of the better ones too, because it's only a 6-hour craft versus like the 10 hours that we're gonna keep going and looking at. AP20s, red gunpowder, and some hard drives. The ones you never pick up out of computers or in the tech stores, grab some hard drives. You got yourself some AP20s, which are very solid, 120 AP20s for 3 hours. This is probably the best one we're talking about. 5.6A1 is probably second best. AP20s and a shotgun will wreck people. Use it. Next one, AP63, 2 red gunpowder. You can craft them. Makes it very easy. PST, GZH, you can use it or you can buy it. Not a lot of people buy it. It has a very, very high cap. You should be able to get 400 rounds of PST to make this craft. The other one that I would talk about is, let's go down here, a Galnik. Now you need 2 blue, 2 green, 2 red, but you can craft them here. So if you do want to run this, it is a 10-hour. It's probably one of the worst crafts, but you can still do it if you want to run a Galnik. I'm personally like BS better. I would go to the barter, but it's there. The other one is M61, best round in the game. Best round in the game for only 6 red and 3 helixes. Now, I am actually shocked that this doesn't cost more. I don't know how this is going to hit 10,000 to 12,000 rubles a round, and we're able to craft it for only 7 hours for this. This is honestly nothing, especially when you craft the red. You can craft the red up here. You can craft 2 red for 1 blue, 1 green, and matches. Or you can craft red with a, where is it at? Let me find it real quick. You can craft 3 red, and that is going to be right here for 2 blue and an OFZ shell. If you run interchange and you have some OFZ shell saved up, this is actually a really good one to get that 3. Only craft this twice. That's 3 hours worth of time, and you already can make M61. So it's a very strong. Other than that, lastly, BP. One of the best rounds in the game, one of the best crafts in the game. The fact that this one hasn't been upped. I mean, it is a 10-hour craft, but it's only 2 blue and 2 green. Not only can you craft them, but you craft them for actually pretty cheap. So you can get blue right here for some boo-boo rounds, right? PS, nobody's gonna buy PS, you're gonna be able to get it. You can get blue, and then you can also craft green up here for grenades, which you can buy from Peacekeeper. And you can buy them for cheap from Peacekeeper, and it's only an hour and a half. So you can easily do that, and you can craft yourself some BP for some of the weapons we're gonna be talking about in just a second. That is going to cover ammo. Heals, let's talk about some heals. One of the most underrated barters in the game, in my opinion, or actually 2 of them, are the first 2 we're talking about. Saliwas. 1 paid is 1 Saliwa. Now, I usually will even buy paids to trade for Saliwas, because Saliwas will skyrocket sometimes for some weird reasons when people buy a ton of them. They'll skyrocket to like 30 to 35K. Paids don't. They stay around 18K, sometimes as low as 11K. Now, we're not going to be buying them from the flea market, but you loot them pretty often. Just know to yourself, every single time I have a paid, I have a Saliwa, okay? When you're looting it, you're looting a Saliwa. You come back here, you barter. You can do 2 per reset, which is pretty nice. The other one is the Grizzly. Gas analyzers you get all the time. Grab 1 gas analyzer and 1 UV lamp. This is also another one. You can go to interchange and get both of these, and you can max out at 2 per reset. Very, very good for the Grizzly, especially because Grizzlies right now are like 60,000 rubles. Like I said, you can't buy it. Flea market's down, but in general, this is just a really, really good barter. So use this if you want to have those extra heals. IFAC's a worthy mention. Sodium, you don't really find as often as some of these other things, but it's still a worthy mention. And sodium is pretty cheap, even if you were to do this not right now, okay? The other one is going to be the CMS, one of the other underrated barters, and that is for nippers. If you loot any of the machine areas, toolboxes, and interchange, customs, you're gonna find these little things everywhere. You just never pick them up. Nippers will trade for CMS. You can get up to 2 per reset. This will help you get that surgery done, being that you can't get it. And the serve kit is a vase. So if you're hitting safes and you happen to find one, you could do it. I don't really think it's worth it, because I don't want you to be searching everywhere you can for a vase. Just get a serve kit when you can find nippers literally everywhere. Okay, literally everywhere. So toolboxes, interchange, customs, look all over the machine shelves, all of that stuff. You're gonna find them. Okay. Next, let's talk about helmet, ears, eyes. Okay. What are you going to wear as a headset? Now, I don't think you're going to need this barter, but I'm putting it here anyway. If you go to Purport, you can grab GSSHs. I don't think they're going to run out of stock for the GSSHs. And then for Skier, you can get the M32s. I don't think they're going to run out of stock for these. You can buy a lot of these. I filled up cases with them before when I would run a lot of them at a time. So I think you'll be okay. But if not, you can always go to, I believe it's Jaeger, and we're going to go to the barter. It's not Jaeger. It's Ragman. I'm sorry. I don't know why I confused them. You're going to go here and you can barter for Comtacs, for matches, which you can find in filing cabinets and a bunch of other random places. 3 of them are Comtacs, pretty easy. And then the other one is paper, especially if you're running customs and you're running a lot of those random buildings. Just go inside and look around. You're going to find paper all over the place. Crack House usually has a lot of paper instead of Intel. So if you want to go there, you can find it in a bunch of places. Paper is going to give you GSSHs. After that, we're going to look at Ratnik. It's only 2 bleach. Bleach you can craft and get the Ratnik, or you can find it. Completely up to you. We talked about it earlier when we were talking about the TV110 trade. And then the other Ratnik as well is dog tags. So if you're somebody who's pushing PvP, if you have dog tags saved up, this is going to be your go-to. I use all my dog tags actually for the Alton face shields. If you guys didn't know, these have absolutely skyrocketed. I'm just talking about it because if some of you chads out there want to get face shields for under 200K when the flea market's back up, it's just a good barter. 6 dog tags for that. But anyways, use this, 7 dog tags, get yourself a helmet. Lastly, in this category, we're going to be talking about for the people who care, I like running condors. They save my life all the time. If you don't care about them, just skip this part, okay? Skip like 10 seconds. But condors, very easy barter. Hit safes on dorms, hit safes anywhere, and you're going to find a bunch of diaries. Hit filing cabinets, you're going to find diaries. You only need 1 of them to 1. It's a very, very good trade. You have a max of 4 per reset. Get yourself some condors, save your face. I have tanked so many rounds. I don't even want to talk about right now because I have so many stories of condors saving my face from getting shot. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is weapons. And last thing. Now, many of the weapons from these traders you're going to be able to buy. For the times you're not going to be able to buy, I'm just going to give some worthy mentions in case you guys are thinking about wanting to grab some weapons. First one, AKM. I recommend this all the time. It's so easy to get that food. Interchange, woods, get your Tashanka, trade for an AKM. The other one is going to be the 74N, and I also like talking about the 74N. Where is it at? Right here. Cigarettes. You get Apollons. I call them Apollos. You get Apollos all over the place. One of the probably most worthless cigarettes if you don't use 74Ns. Honestly, there's not a lot of things you do with these cigarettes besides collect them for quest and random stuff. But Apollos, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If there's like a massive barter that I just haven't been using, let me know. Apollos for the 74N, and you're going to be able to use the ammo that we talked about from Purport. So if you go to the ammo, remember the barters we talked about? These are all 545. You can literally grab a gun with cigarettes, run good ammo, you're chilling. The other thing that we're going to talk about is from Skier, and the reason why this is one of the better mentions in my opinion is because a lot of people like running SKSs, but this gun gets no love, and that's the Vepr 136 for 2 horses. Horses are very, very common, especially if you're looting safes, random gold spawns, and customs. You can find them on shelves. You can find them in a bunch of places. Horses 2 for the Vepr for the VPO 136. Now, the reason why the VPO 136, what I say Vepr, the reason why this is sick is because it shoots 7.62 by 39. It's powerful with PS, it's powerful with BP. If you're crafting BP, you can run it on here. It's pretty much a better SKS. And I know some people still think the SKS is better. This is pretty much a better SKS. And you can mod it from traders, and a lot of the stuff is not going to be sold out. Oh, it's because it's a VPO 136 Vepr. That's why I said it. Okay, and the last worthy mentions are going to be from Peacekeeper. These are fairly easy to obtain. That's why I'm talking about them, and that is the M4. Hit a couple computers. You need 3 CPUs and 3 CPU fans. Got yourself an M4. You can mod that out a little bit with some of the other traders. I have videos for all kinds of builds, so if you guys want to see more in depth about that, you can check it out. I'll link one of my best guns video. It's talking about level 2 traders and under, 7 builds that you guys can use. Maybe you guys can check that out if you would like to. I mean, this is saying that you're really not being able to get anything, and that's what we're talking about right now, okay? And then the other one is the MP5. You grab knives from scavs, you grab a few of those bad boys, and you're literally chilling. It's right here. You grab 8 brown knives, and you got yourself a nice little MP5. And you can use some PST, craft some AP63, whatever you want to do, whatever's clever. Make sure you're shooting them in the face because those rounds don't pen very well. Other than that, I think is pretty much everything. We covered armor, we covered grenades, we covered ammo, we covered heals, we covered helmet, ears, and eyes, and we covered weapons. I told you, I got you. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope that this video brought you some value. If it did, make sure you smash the like button. It does go a long way for the channel. And if you guys want to see more Tarkov content like this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You can always hit the bell if you want to be notified when videos go live. I would love for you guys to come by the stream sometime. I am streaming every single morning except for Sunday, very early. We're streaming Sundays on December because we have some weird scheduling going on. I have some vacation days that I'm going to be taking, so we have some Sundays scheduled in, but usually every day but Sunday. Start pretty early in the morning, so make sure you grab some caffeine and come hang out. I think it'll be a good time. So last notes, something that you guys can take away from this is plan your fights a little bit different. If you don't empty mags of ammo, do it. Fight raiders if you absolutely need. If none of this is like feels relative, fight raiders, get some of their armor, get some of their ammo. They have been absolutely cracked, especially with the amount of changes that there is. With like, we were fighting Rashala today, we fought him 3 times with 7 guards. So you can definitely find raiders and ammo and armor that way as well. If you guys have any questions, feel free to come by the stream and ask them live. There's no dumb questions, please. It's beginner friendly. I want you guys to ask questions. If not, ask in the comments and I will try to get back to you as quickly as I can. The only time that I usually lag when it comes to answering questions is if I'm live, which you can go and answer the questions live yourself. But I know sometimes people feel like, well, that was a dumb question, I don't want to ask in front of people. It's all good. You can also message me in the Discord. Check out the Discord. We got a lot of amazing people that could also help you. And so do whatever you want to do. I am here to help you guys as best as I can. I hope you guys are enjoying the pre-wipe events. I hope you guys are excited for wipe. I literally can't stop thinking about it. And we have a lot of content planned, which I'm even more excited about. I hope you guys are very blessed. Hope you have an amazing day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. I hope that no flea market isn't too harsh to you. And I will catch you on the next one. Happy raids, my friend. I dropped one. I dropped one.
He was lit, blood.
I killed another.